Rain drizzles over the neon-lit streets of Los Angeles as a young Filipino singer named Rafael Cruz steps out of a taxi, gripping his worn-out guitar case like it's the only thing that can keep him steady. His heart pounds with excitement and fear. He's finally here, at the grand stage of America's Got Talent, a place he has only seen in dreams and YouTube clips back home. The massive AGT building towers above him, shining like a beacon calling out to every hopeful star. Inside, contestants rush around him, dancers rehearsing formations, magicians practicing tricks, singers warming their voices. But Rafael stays quiet, observing everything with wide, almost childlike eyes. He takes a deep breath and whispers the words his grandmother told him before he left the Philippines: "The king lives in your heart, just let him out." Rafael grew up listening to Elvis Presley. His grandmother had a treasured vinyl collection, and every Sunday morning, she'd play "Can't Help Falling in Love." It became Rafael's identity. He studied every Elvis move, every vocal bend, and added his own Filipino soul to the legacy of the king. Now, standing backstage, he feels both ready and terrified. When the production assistant calls his number, his knees shake. This is the moment. This stage could change everything: his life, his family's life, and maybe even revive the spirit of Elvis for a new generation. Rafael steps into the glowing hallway leading to the stage, each light flickering like a sign of destiny. As he hears the roaring crowd beyond the curtains, his fear melts away, replaced by something powerful. Something he's waited for his whole life. The king is almost back, the curtains part, and Rafael steps out wearing a modern, sleek white suit inspired by Elvis's iconic 1970s jumpsuits, but with a Filipino twist. Embroidered sun and stars from the Philippine flag shimmer along the sleeves. The audience gasps immediately. Simon leans forward. Heidi smiles with curiosity. Sophia whispers, "Wow." Elvis vibe, while Howie adjusts his glasses, trying to understand who this mysterious young man is. Rafael introduces himself shyly, his accent soft but full of pride. "I'm Rafael from Cebu City, Philippines." The crowd cheers. Sophia lights up. Philippines always brings talent. When Simon asks what he will perform, Rafael simply says, "A tribute, from the king. But with my soul." The judges exchange intrigued looks. This isn't another impersonator. Something about Rafael feels real, authentic. As the music cue begins, the opening guitar riff of "Suspicious Minds" echoes through the arena, but remixed with Filipino kalintang tones and a soft orchestral build. The audience straightens, sensing something special. Simon raises his eyebrows. Even before he sings a note, Rafael has captured them. There's presence, confidence, and something warm, something humble. He grips the mic, bows his head, and the moment suspends in time. The lights flash gold. With a sudden burst of energy, Rafael launches into the first line, and the entire auditorium explodes. His voice isn't just good, it's astonishing. Rich, warm, powerful. Like Elvis reborn, but with a subtle Filipino gentleness that makes every note feel emotional and fresh. He doesn't copy Elvis, he channels him. The hip tap. The knee bend. The effortless swagger. But then he adds his unique style, smooth R&B runs, heartfelt expressions, and a soulful vibrato that gives the song new life. The audience rises to its feet within seconds. Some scream. Some cry. Even security guards can't help but stare in disbelief. Mid-performance, Rafael switches into a Filipino-English mashup verse, an idea he created to honor his heritage. The crowd erupts. The stage lights swirl around him, glowing like a halo. Cameras zoom in on his face, determined, emotional, magnetic. As he reaches the final chorus, he lifts one arm dramatically, just like Elvis. The orchestra blasts, the drums pound, and the entire arena shakes with energy. He holds the final note for an impossible length of time, voice steady and booming. We're caught in a trap. When he finally ends, he drops to one knee, overwhelmed. The audience detonates into applause so loud it feels like thunder. For a few seconds, no one speaks. Not even the judges. It's as if the entire world forgot to breathe. Then, boom. The audience begins chanting. Golden buzzer. Golden buzzer. Sophia wipes a tear. Heidi clutches her heart. Howie stands up, shaking his head in disbelief. Simon stares at Raphael with an expression rarely seen on his face, pure admiration. Sophia finally breaks the silence. Raphael, that wasn't a performance. That was a resurrection. The audience screams. Simon adds. You didn't imitate Elvis. You honored him. And you brought something I've never seen before, a Filipino soul inside the king's voice. Raphael covers his mouth, trembling. Then, suddenly, Sophia stands and slams the golden buzzer. Golden confetti blasts from above like 1,000 stars falling over Raphael. He collapses to the stage floor, crying uncontrollably as the audience roars with joy. The judges rush to the stage, hugging him, comforting him. Simon pats his shoulder and whispers. The king would be proud. Raphael looks up at the raining confetti, knowing this moment will never fade. His dream didn't just come true, it became history. After the show, Raphael steps outside the studio, still covered in little pieces of golden confetti stuck to his hair and suit. Messages flood his phone, family from Cebu crying with pride, Filipino fans cheering, news outlets calling him the Filipino Elvis. Crowds gather outside to take photos with him. Some shout, Mabuhay. Others say, you brought Elvis back, Kuya. He signs autographs shyly, overwhelmed by the sudden fame. Yet deep down, Raphael is grateful, not for the attention, but because he honored his grandmother, his culture, and the king he grew up admiring. A reporter asks, how does it feel to change AGT tonight? Raphael smiles softly. I didn't change AGT. I just shared my heart. And my heart, it sings Elvis. That night, clips of his performance go viral worldwide. Millions share it, calling it the greatest AGT audition in years. American fans, Filipino fans, and even Elvis tribute groups celebrate him. As Raphael lies in his hotel bed later, staring at the ceiling, he whispers. Lola, we did it. The king isn't back because someone copied him. The king is back because a Filipino singer carried his spirit and made it new again.